Now, this is the thing that keep people from actually having an intellectual conversation with me. Is when you take something that is literal, that you make it literal, let me just say, and you want to make it your standpoint as far as your doctrine is concerned. But this does not work when we're having an intelligent conversation, because you're not understanding what it actually says. 1 Peter 3:8 is saying that a thousand years is like or similar or as a one day to God. That does not mean that is not a literal statement. It is not. It's just not. And you got to recognize this was written well after they documented in their book, because it's not legitimately documented, that the longest person that ever lived was Methuselah, which was 969 years, according to the Bible. Because if we look at the Sumerian text, people lived for thousands of years. The King's List have people reigning for 1,300 years, 18,000 years, 26,000 years. So if you're just taking that one source, of course, but you're going to use that to justify your statement, which is an incorrect statement. And let me give you something that's a metaphor, and you will not take this literally, but in the Lost Gospel of Thomas, it says something to the effect in 108, and go look at 108 of Gospel of Thomas, that Jesus is saying, when you drink from my lips, you will become like me. I will be inside of you, and you will become like me, and you will become me, right? And then the hidden things, the hidden knowledge will become revealed to you. So would you take that as a metaphor, or are you going to take that literally as well? But here's the thing. You're trying to say and coin in that God lives on earth, that God days and years revolve around our sun, our solar system. How small is your God if his days, his years revolve around the sun? Now you can say that if you take it as a metaphor, then it's just giving you a metaphorical idea as far as how we live, because it was written in a culture based on man, whose sun goes around the earth and forms a year every 365 days in a few minutes. So this is not a good argument. And you're saying this because I said Adam, God, your God said that Adam will die in the day that he ate from the tree, and you justify that day being 1,000 years so that you can then justify, which is why it was written in Peter that way, as to nobody has actually lived an entire day of God, because it is like 1,000 years, not is, which is a completely different mindset, which throws off your entire argument. Because you're taking something that was a metaphor and making it into something literal. And when you do that, you nullify your position. So understand that it was written by men during a culture that needed to justify Adam and Eve eating from the tree of life and not dying in that day. So they had to make up some bullshit.